Welcome back to the Grizzly Digital Network. It's your favorite broadcaster here, Gracie Hogg. Today with the Grizzly of the Day, presented by Jet's Pizza on Sugarloaf Parkway, is Annalise Wood. Annalise, how are you feeling today?
Hey, doing good.
So starting off, you started game 2, and you're seeing the hitters kind of hit in game 1. What did you have to do to be so efficient as you were in game number 2?
Yeah, it's pretty clear watching game 1. These hitters are really aggressive, and I will applaud them for that. Aggressive hitting wins games, and so being able to make my adjustments in warm-ups, knowing these hitters are going to be aggressive. Hey, let's place that rise ball in a spot where I know they're going to swing at it already, so let's make it unhittable. And so, watching how aggressive they are, at the plate was definitely something that I noticed in game 1 into game 2. And so, yeah,
I mean, it's pretty obvious that you were super efficient in game 2. So you had a little change going in the middle of game 2. Sydney started off catching, and then you kind of get the change with Lindsay catching. What was that kind of like? It's almost like a future battery for the future years coming up.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Lindsay is the future of this. Me and her are really gotten close, and so she catches a lot of my bullpens, and so me and her have really gotten close. We and her work well together, and so she's starting to get kind of like mentally where me and Sydney are, where Sydney knows exactly what I'm thinking all the time. And so it's definitely taken Lindsay a little bit to kind of learn me and learn what I want to throw. So if I shake off a pitch, now Lindsay knows exactly what to call. So I feel, just as comfortable having Lindsay back there.
So, I mean, I know we probably don't want to speak it, but you started this season here at the Grizzly Athletic Complex with the perfect game, and you held that through a perfect game till the 7th inning as our last home game of the regular season. What was the emotion like going into the 7th inning?
Yeah, I definitely was more emotional, more anxiety geeked up going to the 7th inning of this one than I was in the Ohio Christian game. And I think that's kind of what killed it. And I think if you watch, emotions really got the best of me. And I mean, Coach Cat has always said, even since the fall, we want to play the game and not the moment. And I'll 100% admit, I definitely played that moment and kind of forgot that it's the same game as the first inning.
I mean, you have killed it this season. You've broken records. You've hit the strikeout record, and you were National Softball Player of the Week last week. Like, that is insane, which was the first time in program history for softball, by the way. And, you're just killing it, and you're thriving, and everyone's just looking up to you. Everyone's so comfortable behind you. So it's time to shout your people out.
Okay, first shout out to my parents. Mom and Dad are watching at home. They're my biggest supporters, and my dad has come to, I think, 2 or 3 games, home games, and I've thrown perfect games in 2 of those. So really, I blame it that he's not here today. That's your fault, Dad.
Giving them the growl, though.
But, they're my biggest supporters, and so they watch every inning. I always growl at my parents in the 3rd inning, so that they know that I'm watching. Big shout out to my fiance, Reed. He comes to every game. He's the biggest GGC softball fan ever. And then my future in-laws, they always watch every game too, and his grandparents and my grandparents. I've got a big support system back home, so shout out to them. Big shout out to my roommates, Sydney, Haley's right there. Sydney, Haley, Jane, and Molly. And so they're my best friends ever. And so big shout out to them.
Well, Grizzlies split the game today. First game was 8-3. The second game was 3-0. And unfortunately, we won't see you guys back at the Grizzly Digital Network till conference play. Grizzlies are on the road, leaving tomorrow. On Thursday, they're playing Mobile, and Friday is William Carey. But this is it for the Grizzly Digital Network. Peace out.
Peace out.